Yeah, I'm gonna talk about how we turned, well, how we created High Rise State of Mind. It's a little brief video because I see this in my studio and how we went from that and I took it to that. So I created a trilogy of plays, got published by Methuen, Bloomsbury. Yeah, and we did a joint co-pro collaboration between two London venues, Battersea Art Centre and Cannon People's Theatre. We did a run at two London venues, and then we did a bit of a tour. We performed at different venues around the UK. Home. What's that? Liverpool. And with that as a live stream as well on TV. Yeah. So we would always meet up and we'd talk about music. Myself. Well, actually, to start off, me and Paul Cree. We did let's stop rocking. We did No More for the Foxes. It was a good success. We did a good run. People really liked the show. We spoke about class, and we wanted to kind of keep that going. You know, I did Denmark, UK tour, London run, and Paul had done Tales from the Bed set, and then we had No More for the Foxes, and it was like, what are we gonna do next? You know, because we want to keep the momentum going, talking about class, making this hip hop art form. With beats elements, we use loop stations, we use live looping, technology, but hip hop and beats and poetry and spoken word and rap. Like, what we're gonna do anyway? We had gigs, no more for the Foxes. Each certain shows had late night gigs, and they went off. They were like parties. Like, what I wanted to do is pay artists that I knew that I thought were dope to perform, because to me, what I've always done um, from Hitler wrote 20 pop songs is I've always had that idea of like post show or curtain raisers, because part of, you know, hip hop is like shining a light on others. You know, once you got that door open, you get other people through. You give props, and you try and do what you can to get other people in, give them some shine. And on the gigs, we got the Keisha to perform, and we got Gamba Ace to perform our gigs. And I've been working with Gamba Ace already for years and years. By that point, doing shows, winning UK Unsigned, performing all around many venues in the country, Brixton Academy, Hackney Ocean, which is a big venue. Better things, you know, getting played in the radio, whatnot. And we and Paul like actually, and you'll notice this a lot in my work. Like, I always build on the last thing, change it up a little bit, try and improve it, because we know we can do the duo. Now can we do a team? Can we add a couple of artists, you know, as associate artists to do this? So we reached out to Gamba Ace and Keisha. They were impressive at the gigs. And we're like, yo, let's see what we can do. And so we'd meet up and talk about like hip hop music, all sorts of things. And like we started to me and Paul already had the idea. It was my idea to do High Rise, because I got this thing where, like, if I listen to an album or watch a film, and I think like, oh, what would the sequel be like? Or if I was to write this, what would it be like? Like adaptation, but slightly different. Sometimes you see something and you think, like, how would I do this? How would I improve it? Like, this is good, but you know, it needs a bit of work. Even like, and anyway, so that kind of sounds arrogant, but I don't know. Just sometimes that's how it is. I saw the film and read the book High Rise by J.G. Ballard, and we're like, yo, this is a good concept, but it's not really don't know, it's not executed well. I reckon we could do this with hip hop. We put some R&B and grime as well, but all those are kind of subgenres of hip hop anyway. Keep rocking. So we met up. We started to say, how can we tell our own stories about housing and about class and about kind of like and this was 10 years ago. You know, the hopelessness of the housing crisis, and like, you know, when are we gonna move out? How are we gonna get anywhere, do anything? And we will meet up on that, like, about to say in our own time, but obviously everything is our own time. I guess what I really mean by that is no one was paying us to do this. Like, there was no commission, there was no interest. It just came from me and Paul wanting to do something, and then reaching out to Gambit Ace and Lakeisha, and we meet up on our own time, write bars. And then I was directing, so I would say what stuff we're going to keep and what things will go for the show. And we wrote a lot about our lives and different stories, things like that, as well as this fictional story that was coinciding with our own stories about housing. And whilst I was doing Denmark, I met loads of incredible producers actually, venues, lovely people. And Sarah Blowers is from Striker Light. I love Striker Light. It's so cool. I love working for them, going to Gloucester. I should talk about my work with them at some point. We done some radical things, and appeared in the Guardian article and stuff. We did some great work. Anyway, she said that she'll produce it. She'll be a producer, so we applied for some funding to make the show and put it on. We'd already like been putting the work in our own time, no commission, nothing. Just because we wanted to get it sank out there, do something. Anyway, I don't know how long we was doing it in our own time, maybe 6 months, maybe longer. And then the money came in. We got the money to put the show on. That means we could pay ourselves now to make stuff, to develop it, and then ultimately got the funding to put it on. We got some commission from Patsy Art Centre and CPT. They used to be sick venues. They used to, be interested in like Londoners and working class Londoners. Obviously things change. We did the show. We got audience feedback was incredible, sold out shows. Like, we loved doing the show. Unfortunately, there was some issue. We wanted to tour the show after that. There was lots of interest. But also COVID got in the way as well. But we smashed it up. We recorded a soundtrack, and could we recorded it a bit better. There's some things I'd have produced better if I was to redo it now. But at the end of the day, we made some work. Show, we got some programs. I should have showed you a program, but I've got one at my mum's, a few of them. And put these online. We performed on BBC Radio promoting the show, that was to promote the show, but in and of itself, doing like a live performance on BBC London was pretty cool. We performed at Fairfield Halls. That was a dream. Like, Dave Bowies performed there. There's a big artists growing up in Mitcham and in Croydon, like in the area. Fairfield Halls was always a big deal. So it was like, whoa, like, we're performing at Fairfield Halls, baby, yeah. And we did a tour with GL4, went up there, did the show, went off, like performing the show. About a lot of it was about our, council backgrounds, council estate, and then performing it like in a school there, but like a lot of like council residents came to watch it, and the working class people. It was brilliant. It went off. Like, that was one of the best shows we did of it. We also did it on a council estate in Camden with CPT. Big up Brian Logan. Smashed it up. And then kind of fast forward a little bit, we were what do you want to call it, a double bill with Frankenstein at Battersea Arts Centre when I was directing that and created that show. And we had Haraz. I'd do the show Haraz and then go off and then do Frankenstein as part of that show as well. 2 shows on that, 2 in the Grand Hall. Like, and it was interesting. Some people's favorite was Haraz, some people's favorite was Frankenstein. All in all, like, both of them were great shows. And Haraz went on to be published, the Myth one, and Frankenstein went on to be adapted for BBC, for the BBC film. But it actually all started with like no commission and nothing, just ideas from us guys coming together. And we did not know where we was gonna go, but I remember saying to the guys, like, I'm gonna get us reviewed in the stage, I'm gonna get us in the newspaper, and I had no reason to think that was gonna happen, but I just knew that I was gonna make that happen. And we pushed it, like, got a space by hook or by crook. Like, we got together, we wrote, like, we were self-editing ourselves. Like, you know, as you go along in your career, it's difficult to find space and time and that energy, also with commitments and stuff, but there's something to be said about doing that. And I know some other artists meeting up, like I'm working with the Mics and Men group of making a show, and they meet up in their own time, and I'm directing their show. Big up to Chelsea Fitter, who are producing that show at the moment. Like, we're on the funding stages, but they meet up and just, you know, they're researching and putting that together. Like, that's what it's all about. So shout out to all the artists out there. It's not easier. It's actually harder these days, I think. And there are a lot more spaces. As I say, we had like really supportive people in venues who wanted to support like the working class artists and, you know, Londoners basically. And that was always rare to find those people in buildings. Often, unfortunately, it's rich people from out in the shires, you know, Bristol, whoever, Manchester, wherever, like rich people coming here acting like Londoners have it all, so that actually working class, underclass Londoners, we've got to work twice as hard as everyone else in the whole country because people look down upon us. You know, so anyway, shout outs to all the working class people. It's not a competition because it's difficult for the other working class people out of London. They're not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the rich ones, all the other rich ones in London who were not from London come here. The types of people that will say, no one's from London, right? We all just move in, come here. Like, no one. No, some of us are fucking from here, bruv, and we're born here. But anyway, fuck all these idiots. Like, big up all the people that are just hustling out there, doing the work. Shout outs to Beast Elements, man like Paul Gree. We planned this. Me and him got together. We said shows, plays, workshops. Boom. Looks like it could be going out to New York next year under the show that I did with Beats Elements. Paul was in that as well, a podcast. So yeah, man, like, these things have legacies, like, they keep going on, and mad things. I mean, like, why shouldn't it happen to you? Why shouldn't it happen to you that you get published? Like, I showed it before, but I love this. This is my hardback copy. Like, you know, it's got an excellent interviews. Buy it, going online now, or go to the National, pick it up when you want to watch the next play. Lots of bars, lots of monologues, and there's 3 shows in there, and the whole shows, but you might want to pick some stuff out just to look at it, and some interesting stuff about our work and process. Anyway, this is not me really selling. Well, actually, this part I am trying to sell the book. Katie Biswick, excellent academic writer, artist. She writes poetry as well. She wrote a brilliant forward, and she, you know, is a collaborator with me, and she helped me put this together. She's incredible. And a forward by John Z. D. Like, we got all the hard hitters out there. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting. Wasn't too boring. But all you artists out there doing your thing, big up to you. It's not easy. Sometimes it's not rocket science either. Meet up with your mates. Do it. Put it out. Boom. Laters.